Chris and Travis. I'm Travis.
And I'm Chris.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.
And don't forget to catch us on Instagram at Real Talk with Chris and Travis. So, we're going to go over some crazy myths that you might hear being disabled on the job.
Oh, yeah.
So,
start it off, man. Have you ever heard some crazy myths, on the job? Like,
I did.
Like just from workers or customers, just anything?
I kind of heard a little bit from both. I heard that you can't really give him a hard job to do.
Yeah.
Which is total malarkey. I was looking for a better word.
Betty Crocker.
Baloney. I also heard that, which I don't know if this one is true or not, that companies get an incentive for hiring people like us.
I don't know.
I'm like, man, I ain't no charity case. Don't say you hire me because the company gonna get a tax write-off.
Right.
If that's the case, I want part of y'all refund check then. Let me get me. Come on, Boosie.
I need a stimulus package, man.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Don't be using me for, you know what I'm saying? Hiring a disabled person makes the company look really good. You should already look good. That's why the disabled person wants to work for you, not the other way around. Like,
right.
See, that's why I tell y'all, man, y'all need to be starting your own companies out here. Because people be... Anyway. I don't know. Had you heard anything other than what I said?
Basically the same thing you heard. I think we both heard basically the same stuff over and over.
Yeah.
Just from different people.
Yeah. Disabled people are always looking for a handout. If I'm looking for a handout, why I got a job? That don't even make sense. Like
exactly. That job with no handout.
Right.
Worked hard to get it, huh?
Right. You know what I'm saying? I had to go to like 3 interviews. They had to do a blood test. You know what I'm saying? Stool sample, all of that.
What job is that, man?
It ain't last long. $20 a day. Y'all lied to me, man.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get this going, man.
Alright, you want to hit the first one?
Yeah, the first one is we will miss a lot of work time because of our disability.
Okay, see, like that right there.
That's
how what are we gonna miss time from work doing?
Exactly.
We're not robots. We gotta take the day off to tune our bodies up.
I feel like we miss just as more or less as anybody else.
And you know what? I feel like we miss less because we got more to prove. So we trying to be at work every time the door is open.
Right.
I know when I was working where I felt like I was in there so much. I was part of the building. Like,
right.
See what I'm saying? They thought I lived at the job because I was there that much. It's like, bro,
exactly.
Nah, yeah, I sleep in the back, shower in the bathroom. Like, nah.
Got you a spot in the back, huh?
Right. In receiving, sleeping on the cats.
But yeah, I don't think we miss more work than anybody else. Just because of a disability, it doesn't stop you from doing a job at all.
Right, and I guess people figure because you're disabled, maybe you're going to have more doctor's appointments than a regular person, which I could understand that mentality coming from a regular person.
That's
but
only if you
my wife will tell you, I don't go to the doctor unless it's like a life or death situation.
Yeah.
I don't have regular checkups. But now, because I'm 38, you know what I'm saying? I go to the doctor once a year, checking for man body part stuff. And other than that, I don't go to the doctor on a regular basis. I have insurance and stuff, but I don't, you know what I'm saying? Oh, my leg hurt. Well, maybe I'm moving too much. Sit down. You know what I'm saying? Just...
Yeah, I think that statement is just pretty much generalizing everybody into like one box.
Yes, sir.
It's a case by case basis. Everybody's different. So that's not absolutely false.
Number 1, myth busted. So number 2, we are not capable of doing actual work. That is a slap in the face.
Yeah.
That's a punch to the stomach.
It's a spit in the face.
Anybody who get hired for a job, hopefully you got hired because the company see that you have a specific skill set that they need. Notice I said that they need.
Right.
Ain't nobody just out here like, yeah, I'm gonna just give you money. Just come, show up and sit down, and you ain't gotta do nothing. Well, I don't know. I guess if you're a muscular dude, a nice looking female, you might have a job where you just sitting around doing nothing. I don't know. But me, I prefer to get my hustle on. Don't have me at work just sitting there. Let me do something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I show up at work and it's like, well, you could just sit in this chair and just eat whenever you're hungry. Yeah. For what you hired me for then? Well, I wanted you to answer the phones, but we got people for that. Well, what you hired me for then?
If y'all want to pay me to chill, I'm cool with that.
Not me, man. Let me get it out the mud, bro. I don't.
Working smart, not hard.
Maybe. I don't like the way they look. Now, if I got my own company, I can do what I want.
Yeah.
I ain't worried about how it look.
Yeah.
But if somebody hire me to do a job, you know what I'm saying? And I get there to do the job and they're like, yeah, just sit down. You don't have to do anything. Then why did you hire me? I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I got skills. That's what you hired me for.
Yeah.
Hey.
The next one will be we are pity hires. You hire us to do the right thing.
I don't like that either.
Who would hire somebody because they feel pity? I mean, come on now. That don't.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, you're gonna do what's best for the company. You hire that person because they have the, the education or the skills to
Absolutely.
fit that position. There's no pity hires. You should look at a person with a disability and be like, oh, I'm just gonna give him a job because I feel sorry for him. You give him the job because he has the skills to do the job.
If you are a person who looks at a person with a disability and you feel bad for them, I feel bad for you. I do. Because your mentality is kind of it's a little different.
Yeah.
That's a nice way to say it. It's just a little different. If I'm out here in this world, it don't matter if I'm in the store with my family or I'm by myself. I wouldn't do something that I didn't feel I was capable of doing.
Right.
So if I'm out here, it's because I know I can handle it.
Mm-hmm.
So don't come to me like, well, we see you apply for the job, we just gonna give it to you because we feel bad that you applied to us. Nah, it's something about you that I liked. That's why I'm in here asking for a chance to prove myself. Mm-hmm. Don't pity me, man, because that's disrespectful, and I don't like that.
I agree.
Now, of course, everybody got a price. So I mean, you show me the right bag, I'll take a pity job for the right bag. I don't know if I'm gonna stay on it for no 10, 12 years, but
numbers right, you in there, huh?
Yep.
That's funny.
Everybody got a price.
Yeah. Huge price.
Alright, number 4. We will add to an employer's insurance.
Don't everybody add to the insurance?
That's what I thought. I mean, if you're a full-time, most jobs, you got to be full-time to get some type of benefits.
Mm-hmm.
Most jobs. I hadn't seen any that give like benefits to part-time people. Mm-hmm. And most of the time I think it's because if you're part-time, they don't know if you're going to be with the job long or not.
Yeah.
Most time if you're full-time, you're looking to stay in there. And that's why they give you benefits. But to assume that just because somebody is disabled, they're going to automatically add to the person's insurance. First of all, most disabled people have insurance coverage from the government. They don't need the insurance from getting a job.
Right.
So y'all could throw that out the window. Not saying anything is wrong with that. Because I had a job and had insurance from that job because I was there a long time.
Yeah.
Before I wound up getting insurance from the government. I had 2 insurances.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I didn't even know I had them. But, I mean, I've been in that boat where I've gotten insurance, but that's because they made me full-time after I was there for like 6, 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
I had already put the sweat equity in before I got the insurance.
Yeah.
It's kind of like earning your keep, you know what I'm saying? So, it wasn't just no handout.
Right. So, I mean, the next one be our disability related accommodations will cost too much. Nah.
Absolutely not.
That's not true. A lot of times the accommodations people with disabilities ask for is small things, maybe like, I don't know, like some rails in the bathroom.
Sometime when I was Yeah, the ramp is a good one. When I was working, I didn't never ask for any kind of accommodation because I felt like I didn't need anything.
Mm-hmm.
They had people from the I was finna say the ADA, but it wasn't them. I know the company I worked for the 12 years. They had a phone number like for ethics you could call the phone number.
Mm-hmm.
One of the people from there, I think they was doing a walkthrough with home office or something like that. And I was in my department in electronics doing my thing, selling some TVs and stuff like that. And this guy came up to me. He was in a suit. He was like, "Yes, I'm from the ethics department, and I wanted to talk to you. Yeah, you got a minute to talk to me?" I was like,
"No.
As far as I know, you a customer, so yeah, I got all the time in the world to talk to you. That's my job." And he said, "I noticed your legs. I wasn't trying to put you in a bad light, but you don't need any kind of accommodations. They didn't never offer you any kind of accommodation. You don't need anything." I was joking with him, messing with him. I said, "I need a raise," you know. And he laughed. He was like, "Oh, they been shorting you on your raise?" I was like, "Oh, no."
I'm like, yeah.
Because he was about to go light the people up, man. I'm like, no, you know. So I was just playing. I'm joking around.
Shorted me 100,000.
If I was getting that kind of money, I'd have hit him up and quit. No, go. But no, man. He was like, "Yeah, you was on the door when I came in." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, somebody else on the door needed a break. They just had me up there for like 15 minutes and I'm back in my department. It's not a big deal." He said, "Well, I noticed at the door they didn't give you a chair." I was like, "Well, I don't need a chair, sir."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Well, you have to stand on your legs." I'm going to have to stand on my legs either way. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I get what he was thinking. Like, at least, you know, if you're working on something. Because at the time when he walked up to me, I was putting a TV together. But the way I had the TV standing up, I was leaning against the steel rack, which was holding me up.
Yeah.
So I didn't really have any weight on my legs because all my weight was on the rack.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You know, like what you're doing right now, you don't need a chair or somebody to help you put the TV together?" And I'm like, "No, sir. I'm more than capable of asking for help if I needed it and not asking for help if I don't need it."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, I wasn't trying to step on your toes, man. I was just seeing some things." And I'm like, "I know what you're seeing, my boy, but I'm good." Like,
yeah.
You know, and he was like, "Okay, well, I was just checking. I just want, we want to make sure our workers are taken care of." I'm like, "All your workers or just certain ones?" You see what I'm saying? Because at the job, I was the only one built like me at the job, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, so these elderly people that's in here working, you ask them, do they need a chair? No, you don't, because I've seen you in here before. You ain't asking that. You know what I'm saying? Some of my coworkers was overweight. Do you ask them if they need a chair? No, you don't, because I've seen you in here before. And me and my coworkers talk. You never ask them. So why come to me and ask me? I don't know.
Because it's visible.
I guess so. Maybe he just really wanted to talk to me. I don't know. But he ain't talked to me no more after that. He came in the store some more time. I ain't even get a what up or how you doing, nothing. He just kept it moving. All right. I'll see how it is.
Yeah, man. As far as that raise, I would have been like, yeah, man, it's short. Let's talk about the raise. You know?
$100,000. He gonna be like, "Yeah, I knew disabled people was gonna mess up the insurance." He asking for $100,000. See, Travis gonna have them people at my door.
I'm just saying. Sometimes you gotta use the, the privilege to
twist the screws a little bit.
Use that privilege a little bit, man. They asking, "Oh, y'all offering? Okay, well, yeah.
Y'all offering?
I got a whole checklist."
I'm gonna put up to work in a Maybach. Yeah, what's up? Oh man.
Let's see.
We will sue the employer at the drop of a hat for saying or doing the wrong thing to us.
I mean, the wrong thing, of course.
On that one, I think what they mean is like somebody makes the comment, let's just say your employer is like, I don't think you could do something like this. They just looking out for you, but because you're disabled, you like, man, I'm gonna sue the company because he said I couldn't do something. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't certain phrases I don't take things to heart. I had a situation though. The job I was on, I just put it like that because I done had 3 retail jobs, so I'm not aiming at no certain company. If you ever worked with me at any of these companies and you watch the podcast, I'm not taking no shots. So for my people out there, I love y'all. I'm not taking no shots. I had a situation where the person who was over me was micromanaging everybody in the department, including me.
Oh, I can't stand micromanagers.
But they wouldn't do nothing. So everybody in the department went to the store manager on this particular person, except for me. And the store manager came to me, and me and the store manager was real cool at this point because he liked my work ethic, and I had been there for some years, and so was he. And he came to me, he was like, man, everybody in your department is ratting out this one person. I was waiting to hear from you because you the longest one, that been over there. So if you ain't having no problems, then it must not be that bad. And he said, also, I've been watching your department, and y'all slipping on some things, but it's not you. I know where the slipping is happening at, so you good on that. But I need you to come put a bug in my ear. And I'm like, say, man, hey, snitches get stitches. I ain't from the hood, but I know. I ain't dumb. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was like, nah, leave the streets out of this. We ain't talking like that. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, because I can handle myself. See what I'm saying? He was like, no, it ain't nothing like that, but I need to know, is everything okay? And I was like, really? It's not, but, I'm working on some stuff outside the job anyway.
Yeah.
And if stuff keep going the way it's going, then I'll just leave. And he was like, oh, no. He was like, no, come to the office. I was like, man, hey, I got some work to do. He was like, man, your work gonna get done. Come to the office. So we get in the office, and he like, I'm hearing, this person, blah, 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 X, Y, Z, and they running everybody ragged, including you. Your coworkers was in here last week telling me she throwing all the work on you. I'm like, that's true, but don't worry about it. He was like, nah, because the way things are with you, you would have the easiest lawsuit against this company, and you probably will win. I don't want to take that risk and lose my job, and I ain't trying to lose you to go and get another job. So I just needed proof of what was going on, and you just gave it to me. Appreciate it. You can go back to work.
Mm-hmm.
The person might have been in that position for 6 more months. After that, no more. So as far as the whole, we would sue the employer at the drop of a hat because something or whatever ain't right. Nah, I've been under people that they ride their people to almost to death, and I didn't sue nobody. Now, of course, there are people who have a disability and they look for the opportunity to sue the company that they work for. So I'm just saying, for this particular myth, whoever said that, they're not wrong. Just understand that it don't apply to every disabled person. Because I was there. I could have sued a couple of people or companies or whatever. I just didn't pursue it.
I kind of feel like they kind of go for anybody, though.
That's what I'm saying. But I guess the point that they see is, because we disabled, it'd be easier for us to slide by with it.
Possibly.
See what I'm saying?
Possibly.
I just say it depends on the situation. For example, the place I worked at had a lot of pallets, and sometimes I would trip over the edge of a pallet. It wasn't on purpose. It's just the way the pallet was. It was kind of crooked. Mm-hmm. Some people told me that's an automatic lawsuit right there. You could have got so much. No, I'm the one that wasn't paying attention. It wasn't. See what I'm saying? They're like, well, if the company would have had that pallet straight, that display is made for a pallet like that. Mm-hmm. I just got to be more careful. So There's no way I'm gonna trip myself, fall on the floor, and then go sue the company for a crooked pallet.
Mm-hmm.
I wind up losing my job behind it. You see what I'm saying? Because you're gonna get labeled for being a person that's looking for the opportunity to sue the company, and they'll just quietly slide you out the door. I seen it done. I mean, so as far as being disabled and suing a company at the drop of a hat, there are people that would do that. I'm not one of those people. So that may not be a myth. That might actually be true, but it depends on the person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely depends on the person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel like you can go both ways on that one though.
Yeah, I mean, they got able-bodied people looking to come up by any means necessary.
Yeah.
They get they self disabled at a job and be like, yeah, I'm disabled now, y'all got to pay me.
Mm-hmm.
Which I feel like that's bull. Why would you want to injure yourself possibly for the rest of your life when they got people like us who would love to be, I don't want to say normal, that's not the right word, but or able-bodied, put it that way.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Say it like that.
Yeah. You know, I just don't see it. Why would you want to do something to make yourself disabled when they got people that are disabled who would love to be able-bodied? I don't understand the logic.
Some people want the money that bad.
Yeah, I had people tell me, man, I wish I could get a disability check so I could just sit at home. I'm like, y'all,
Nah.
disability ain't that much money, man. It's not.
Nah.
You got to be able to be disabled, get disability, and have some cash side hustles. And please don't say you somebody that got a family and got a bunch of kids and you getting disability. It don't work as good as y'all think it work.
Nah, you definitely ain't
It don't.
able to support your family off that.
Right.
Yeah. The next one would be people with mental disabilities might go postal.
People with non-disabilities might go postal. So, I mean, that's another, just because this person, they got a mental disability, they might, I mean, what is going postal? You think they going to kill everybody in the building?
That's it's a
stereotype.
A stereotype, you know. You just assume because they got a mental disability that they automatically about to go crazy. You know, that's not true.
I have worked with people who was in a regular job setting because I worked in retail for 13 years.
Mm-hmm.
And the place I worked at for the longest, they had people who, some of these people had job coaches,
Mm-hmm.
people that would come from other places to help them work. And they would be in there with that person 8 hours, 4 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
I worked in another retail store for three to 4 months. And I'm thinking about the wrong place. 9 months. This person who I met, real nice guy, had what you call a high functioning mental disability. And what that means is he can't live by himself. But he was able to drive a regular vehicle by himself because he drove himself to and from work.
Okay.
He got to the job. He did his job. Didn't need a job coach. The management ain't have to ride him. Nobody had to check up on him, make sure he all right. He did his job, and he did his job very well. He did so good, it surprised me. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, and people were like, well, he not disabled. Well, hold on. This particular guy, when I got to the job, he was always asking me questions. What happened to me? Can they fix you? Are you messed up to the point they can't fix it? Stuff like that. And then he told me, I got injured playing football. He was a big dude.
Okay.
He was supposed to go pro. And playing football in college, he got hit pretty hard, came down on his head wrong. And the concussion that he received mentally messed him up to the point where you could tell from his conversation that he not all the way right.
Mm-hmm.
But he is able to work a job with no help. He's able to drive with no help. See what I'm saying? He just for some reason he can't live by himself. I didn't ask no more questions because I feel like that ain't none of my business. You know, but had he been like somebody, my next door neighbor or something like that, and we worked in the same place, yeah, I'm gonna go knock on his door. Hey, what up, man? How you doing? You know what I'm saying? Just to check on him. You know what I'm saying? But he told me he don't live by himself. He live with his parents. I'm like, but you able to work and drive? He like, yeah, to a point. I guess like once he get familiar with an area, he's good with that area.
Mm-hmm.
But if you take him outside of his element, he may not be able to mentally handle that kind of adjustment.
Yeah.
So I mean, it makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But as far, do I think he was somebody that like, if a customer went off on him, oh, he gonna go to his car and shoot the place up? Come on, man. No. Most times when that stuff happens, it'd be a regular person who trying to play crazy so they don't go to spend the rest of their life in jail. That's all it is. But then a person with a mental disability get a bad rap for that.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It is.
Yeah. My turn.
Mm-hmm.
The next one would be people with disabilities will stay at the job forever because we are so grateful to have a job.
No, what it is we grateful to have some money. That's the longer you stay with the job, the more your money's supposed to go up. That's common sense.
Supposed to.
But what I learned in all the years that I was working, the point is, stick with the job and your money's supposed to go up. But I say while you're on that job, learn all the skills you can, and then take them skills and start your own thing. Don't spend 20, 30 years on somebody's job when you could be a millionaire in 2 to 5 years.
Right.
It's crazy because everything has to do with your mindset. Starting a business, the time frame normally is 2 to 5 years before that business take off. Once it take off, you don't need somebody else's job. But we would spend 20, 30 years on somebody else's job looking to retire for a little bit of nothing.
Right.
And I'm not knocking people that, they stayed on the job and retired. I know plenty of people that are very, very smart who worked in the plant and they retired at the plant 20, 30 years. They living good.
Mm-hmm.
I know people that retired from Walmart, right? They retired from Walmart, paid off 3, 4 cars, 2 or 3 houses, and they retired. They ain't working nowhere else. Mm-hmm. But they own multiple properties and multiple vehicles, everything paid for. Okay. So, it's all about how you manage your money. Now, I don't know what all they do, but you can retire, you know what I'm saying? But you don't have to be stuck at the job forever just because you're disabled. That's not.
Nah, you can pursue other avenues. You ain't stuck because you got a job and you got to be grateful. I mean, of course you're gonna be grateful for what you have, but I mean, you don't have to be stuck at that one job forever.
Right.
And not pursue anything else.
Right. I would encourage you to pursue other things. I mean, unless you just really, really love your job, but
yeah.
And if you do love your job and you want to be there till you retire, we're not knocking you. Do what you do. But I think that the main goal should be your financial freedom. Your you know what I'm saying, your financial stability.
Time freedom.
And yeah, you know what I'm saying? Stop trading your time for money.
Yeah.
You are more valuable than that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So all I'm gonna say is, and everybody don't have the same mindset. I've always wanted to have my own business. Travis always wanted to be, a millionaire and run the world. I get it. Some people don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But that whole financial freedom thing, most time it don't happen when you on somebody else's job for a long time. It just don't.
Nah, it don't.
Being on somebody else's job is most of the time is not gonna make you a millionaire.
It depends on the job.
That too. But how much you got to go through to get to that point on the job, when you could hit that same point in 2 to 5 years running your own business.
Yeah, that could be true.
Mm-hmm. That's what this podcast is about. That moment, like,
Yep.
The beard has spoken. What, number 9? Okay, this one, right? Number 9 says, we don't want to work. The feds will give us thousands of dollars and 24-hour transport. Alright.
24-hour transport.
Alright. The first part of that, we don't want to work. We already covered that earlier. I wouldn't come ask for the job if I did not want to work. I'd just stay at home on my couch.
Exactly.
See what I'm saying? Nobody starts a business or goes to somebody and asks for work unless they plan on working. Period. no matter if you're disabled or not.
Yeah.
You ask for something because you either need it or you want it.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible says if you don't ask, you don't receive.
Closed mouths don't get fed.
Exactly. And if your mouth's swollen shut, you're going to eat through a straw.
Exactly.
That made no sense. But oh well. We're going to go with it. Alright, so the whole we don't want to work, that's not true. There are some of us that just don't want to work. That's true.
That go for anybody though.
But yeah, that go for anybody. They got able-bodied people who don't work because they don't want to. It's not nothing stopping them. They just don't want to work.
Yeah.
Now, the feds will give us thousands of dollars and 24-hour transport.
What is that?
There is, it's only how you look at it.
Yeah.
There's bus systems for people with disabilities where the bus will come to your house, pick you up, take you where you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that. There's also if you have medical appointments, right? Is it Medicaid? Medicaid have these medical vans that they'll come and pick you up, take you to your appointment, bring you back home. I've seen that. Okay. Again, I've never used any of those services. Not saying anything is wrong with them. Yeah. I just never had to because I got a good support system. But if you don't have a good support system, you need your transportation. Maybe those services are a backup plan or your first line of transportation. Nothing's wrong with that. Right. So yeah, that's true. The government will give you transportation. But it's not because, oh, you're disabled, so we need to take you places. No. Travis have his own vehicle. The man about to start a limo service and be a millionaire in a year. Well, no limo service, but maybe he about to be a millionaire. Y'all don't know.
Man, come on.
That boy might come up like paid in full out here. Y'all don't know.
Paid in full?
Yeah.
Wrong move, man.
Man, that's a good move.
Wrong kind of service, though.
You ain't gonna come up like that, huh, He might be like the founder out here. He might be another Ray Kroc. You know what I'm saying? You've seen that, right? No.
Yeah, I know who it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You might not be as devious as him, but the principle of it is what he did. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to compare me to him.
That real estate, man, he was.
Yeah.
But anyway, Travis have his own vehicle. I was making jokes throwing the movies in there, just trying to be funny, but he have his own vehicle. He drive himself anywhere he want to be. Period. He don't need a bus. He don't need a medical van. But if he ever got to the point where he needed those services, or if I ever got to the point where I needed those services, there's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. So that myth there, part of that is true, depending on your situation.
Right.
The first part of that myth, we don't want to work, could be true depending on the person. Everybody's different. Mm-hmm. Some people do get on disability just so they don't have to work. I gotta have at least maybe 2 to 3 side hustles. I can't just sit at home. Right. I mean, I could sit at home, but I gotta have something pulling in some extra money from somewhere. Yeah. I can't just, one stream of income ain't gonna get it.
Extra income.
Yeah. You should always want multiple streams of income. That's how you achieve financial freedom. I ain't trying to depend on the government my whole life.
Right.
And I ain't taking no shots at nobody if that's your plan. I'm just saying, do you. My boy, my girl, do you. But that ain't me. I can't do it.
The next one would be disabled people only work within disability advocacy or the disability related sector. That's not true.
Again, that's not true.
We work in all different sectors.
That's right. Work from home. Work from the building. Some people are just go-getters. Right. Me and Travis is perfect examples of that.
Right.
The first job that I ever had in my life was a volunteer job at the elementary school across the street from my parents' house. My parents did not go to these people and say, hey, my son disabled, he need a job. No. My 5th grade teacher was coming out of her classroom one day, and I was outside walking to the park. I was finna go hoop. I like to do that. She saw me, she like, hey Chris, how you doing? So I went over to her. I'm talking to her, and she like, you know what I want you to do? Can you come and talk to my class? Because you literally went from my elementary class to middle school to high school, and now you're grown. And you're disabled. And I'm not saying that because you're disabled, it's amazing what you did. Just show them, like, you could be from different parts of life and still make it through life. Well, I was like, cool, because I had never thought about that. Mm-hmm. So when I went to go talk to her class, she wound up like at the time I did not have a job. I was putting in applications, and so anybody who ever been looking for a job, it take time. And like I said, I don't like to just be sitting around idle. You know what I'm saying? I like to be doing stuff. So
Yeah.
I kept going over there every day, 5 days a week, because it gave me something to do, helping out with her class. And what happened was, I don't know if you know me personally, friend or family member, or you ever listen to me say different things on the podcast. I love to freestyle, love to throw a beat on and just go. You know what I'm saying? It's fun, right? So one day in her class, she had asked the kids to kind of write down some things that they wanted to do with their future and stuff like that. And one boy said, I don't plan on pursuing school much after middle school because I'm gonna be a big time rapper, and when I make it rapping, I ain't gonna need school no more. So when he said that, I said, okay, I see you. I said, so you a rapper? He said, yeah, I can rap. I said, how good are you? He went, what? Ain't nobody ever asked me that. What you mean good? I said, can you rap really or can't you? He said, what you mean? So the teacher looked at me because she trying to see what am I doing. You see what I'm saying? And so she was telling him to go rethink what he said and write down some more stuff. So while he's writing down the stuff, I kind of eased over by him and I bumped him on the shoulder. I said, man, hey, let me hear something. Man, spit something for me. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, okay. I was like, hey, I'm not going to put you up in front of everybody. It's just you and me. Because he sat in the back of the class. Mm-hmm. So he went, he did his thing, and he struggled through it. The bars wasn't weak. He just couldn't put it all together. So I jumped in on the end of what he said, and I connected all the dots and added a bunch of stuff to it. And he went, how did you do that? I said, I've been practicing a long time. He said, you rap? I said, I do, but I'm not signed with nobody. I ain't trying to get signed. He said, well, why are you here? I said, because I want to help kids. And he was like, how did you do that? I said, because I stayed in school and built up my vocabulary. Yeah. He went to the teacher and said, I'm going to stay in school so I can get my words up. Well, after that, the teacher was like, they went to lunch. Now, when they go to lunch, I normally just go home because I don't want to sit in the cafeteria. Mm-hmm. I don't have a lot of room. I take up space. Yeah. So I went home. Well, I came back the next day just to help out with her class, and one of the other teachers kind of pulled me to the side and was like, "Hey, some of the kids heard you rapping and they wanted to know, would you come rap something in my class?" And I was like, I don't for your class. See what I'm saying? But I did, do it just for the kids, and they loved it, right? I said all that to say, it's not. I don't know how I want to put it. What it was? Number
11.
Yeah. It's not that when you disabled we want to stick inside that community. Mm-hmm. No, we want to be out. See what I'm saying?
Broaden your horizon.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to network with people.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with being around other people that's disabled. I said all I said just to show by me getting out of my house and going to help some little kids, they saw that, for one, the one kid, he saw I got to stay in school. That was huge. I was shocked myself. Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying? Number two, the kids saw that no matter what you're facing, you can get out of it. You can do better. You can do more. Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying? In other words, if he can do this and he's got crutches and might need help moving, but he's, he's looking for a job, he's actually using his mind, then that means I need to use my mind because ain't nothing wrong with me. Right. There's nothing stopping me, but it may be something stopping him, but he not letting let it stop him. Mm-hmm. But I couldn't have shown them that if I was just around people that was just like me. Right. Somebody that go to church with me said, they said, it's easy to be a Christian in the church because everybody got their lights on. Ain't no darkness. Mm-hmm. But it's easier to show somebody the light when everything dark and you the only one with a flashlight.
Okay.
So we may be disabled, but we're not just looking for work in companies that will help people with disabilities.
Right.
The first job that I actually got paid to do, the one that I was on for 12 years, there was nobody that said, hey, go here, because they always hire people with disabilities. No, what I was told was, this is a big company, so they always hiring people.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, I'm a people. I want to get hired. You know what I'm saying?
You a people?
Yeah, I'm a people. And I got hired.
Yeah.
And I stayed until I found something a little better. But yeah, you know.
That's it. I mean, I work with different sectors.
Right.
Know, I ain't get one job and it's like, oh, I'm
Travis finna run for president.
Come on,
I
man.
wasn't supposed to say that.
Come on.
My bad.
I'm good.
Next year.
Never. I don't want the job. But yeah, I work with different sectors. I mean, I ain't never just say, oh, I got this job, so I'm gonna just stick with it forever. I was like, you know.
Right. What is the purpose in that?
I'm gonna go for what I feel like is right for me, you know.
That's right. Get you.
Right.
We way too talented. Got too many skills to just be like, I'm gonna just work this retail job. You never wanted to do anything else? Yeah, but they hired me, so I'm gonna just stay.
It's that comfortability, man. You're scared to do something else.
Don't get comfortable.
That comfort zone.
Don't get comfortable.
Complacency is a scary thing.
It's a trap.
I feel like it's a scary thing, man. The next one is, disabled people are too difficult or too controversial for employers to take disciplinary action if needed.
Nope.
Nah, I've been
written up on the job twice.
I've been rolled up, coached, all kind of stuff before, and it wasn't no.
And I didn't get mad and threaten to sue the company, because I mean, on one of the write ups I knew, you know, I had screwed up. I didn't mean to do it on purpose, but I knew I had did wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm grown, so hey, I made a mistake. That's my fault. I'll take the consequences.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah. Same here. Some of the write-ups I had. I mean, some of them were questionable, but I mean...
Right, you know.
Still.
I ain't saying it was always my fault when I got rolled up, but I do remember one time it was my fault. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
Yeah.
You know, be big enough to admit you messed up. You know. Hey.
They think we're going to cry about it? No. Keep it moving. Yeah, what it is.
What is it, 12? 13. Disabled people require too much training and or the investment of time for the training that is too much. In other words, because I'm disabled, they're going to have to do more training on me. No. I can't keep up with the work pace. I can't do a CBL. So they're going to have to make special accommodations just to train me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell y'all something. It might sound a little crazy. I don't have a driver's license. I've taken driving lessons. But when I was on the job, the one I was on for 12 years, I absolutely tried to get a forklift license. And they trained me on the forklift just like they train everybody else. Okay. Because I went to them and asked to be trained on the forklift. They didn't say, what if you fall off the forklift? Do you drive a vehicle? Do you have a driver's license? They was like, man, yeah, you can get on it. And they took me in the cooler, and they put a bunch of stuff up in the steel and was like, man, you can be in this milk cooler for 2 or 3 hours if you want. Your department covered, so work on your skills. And I stayed in there for like half my shift, moving things with the forklift and putting stuff up, taking stuff down.
Yeah.
Now, I never did get the forklift license because another part of the training is like I didn't feel comfortable doing it. It's not that I couldn't do it. I just didn't feel comfortable in myself doing it. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to go this far. So they was like, it's not a big deal. We just, you know, it's amazing that you was willing to try. They was like, we got people that don't have the condition that you have. And they can drive a vehicle. They don't want to get on the forklift because they like, well, that's going to be, y'all going to use me too much. Mm-hmm. But the way I was thinking was, if I get the forklift training, then it's another job I could go to that'll pay me more because I can operate a forklift. That's how I was thinking.
Yeah.
But it just never panned out.
Sometimes you gotta, it might work out for you the best, you know. Might be a good thing. I guess with the forklift, you know.
I mean, I had a whole plan. I just fell apart right at the end. I was like, dang.
Yeah.
Should have dug in, my boy.
Yeah. The last one. The disabled make the non-disabled uncomfortable.
I wouldn't say we make them uncomfortable, but I have made a couple of people look bad, though.
If I make you uncomfortable, good.
I made a couple of people look bad because I outworked them.
That's a good thing.
I physically outworked them. They was like, bro, how y'all let this dude stack up cases of water on the pallet and y'all still struggling with two cases of water? He done 6. How do y'all just...
They let you outshine them, man?
Yep.
That's how it is.
I outshined a man in front of his wife, but that wasn't on purpose. She was trying to put the water in her basket and he had his back turned just looking at something else. I don't know what he was looking at. So I came and I was like, hey, do you need some help? You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to... I'm just doing my job. We was taught on the job, if you see a customer look like they need help, you're supposed to go to them and ask them. So I did. Yeah. She was like, I was trying to get this in my buggy, but it's kind of heavy, you know. And, I mean, I got a lot of upper body strength. I know how to adjust myself to pick up heavy things. So I grabbed a case of water, and by the time I got it halfway into the buggy, her husband turned around and he was like, baby, I could have got that for you. And she was like, well, seeing as how you my husband, I figured you would have done that instead of me having to ask another man. And her husband was like, oh, man, you embarrassed me in front of my woman? And I was just like, I was like, man, just doing my job. Just doing my job.
Doing my job, you know what I'm saying? Providing customer service, huh?
Well, I mean, sometimes the work ethic is what hook 'em. I don't know. I didn't pursue nothing. I was just...
Nah.
But yeah.
It
you
is
know, hey, sometimes I outwork people. But that's because you let me do it. You should be able to do 10 times more work than me. But if
you would think that.
Hey, you know, sometimes it ain't about physicality. It's about the smarts behind it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It may take me a little longer time to do the same job you would do, but I might do it with better quality. You know, it just depends.
The turtle always wins the race.
Not always.
Always.
Nah.
Yes.
Because the rabbit get a sports car and he win.
No, you don't.
But was that all the myths?
That's all the myths.
Did we bust them all? Or?
We bust all of them.
All right. We got to find some more myths to bust. That's fun.
Yeah,
I like that.
We canceled all the myths.
Yeah. Cooking all on the dry floor. It was real slippery.
But yeah, y'all, you know, drop some comments. Let us know some myths you've heard or you want to debunk.
Yeah, because we know y'all done ran into some crazy stuff on the job. Maybe you're an able-bodied person. You watch the podcast and maybe you have said those things to somebody. Let us know that too.
Yeah.
Because I want to know, why would you say that to somebody? Maybe we don't need to stir that up. I don't know.
Yeah, let us know. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.
And don't forget to catch us on Instagram at Real Talk with Chris and Travis. Also, we have a TikTok with the same handle, Real Talk with Chris and Travis. We have an email address with the same handle, realtalkwithchrisandtravis@yahoo.com. So y'all feel free to hit us up there if y'all have any questions, want to get something off your chest.
Get it off your chest.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
say it with your chest.
But you know, so y'all feel free to hit us up, and we'll be back next week with another video.
Stay tuned.
And we out.
Peace.